Hello to my Libras. This is Queen Moon Ra coming to you with your general reading, Libras. All right, let's get some of this eye-opening oil here for my Libras. Hopefully you all having a great day on today. This reading is going to take us all the way out to closing out this cycle, which is on the 19th of November, by the way. Currently, we have 5 planets that are retrograde. Mercury was the most recent one that went retrograde. It'll be retrograde until the 29th of, just making sure we got the dates right, the 29th of November. So Mercury is a personal planet. And so how people communicate, you don't know whether people take things personally or not. So how you send out messages, how people receive messages, you don't know how people take things, paying attention to things. You could have moved on from something. Somebody could take something personal and then decide to, who knows, retaliate, who knows, blindside people, who knows what's going on. So anyway, you're getting a message loud and clear. You're getting some kind of message loud and clear of who is an open enemy to you, who sees your light, who tries to constantly challenge your light. In other words, there could be you could have loved ones that no matter how much people speak of your light, there's always going to be somebody, loved ones, who say they love you. They always got to tell somebody about the dark side of your light. So in other words, a open enemy would be somebody. It's like, let's say for instance Libra, and let's just say your name is Libra. Let's just name you Libra, right? Let me see what we got here, because I already prayed over your cards. So again, this is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you. We only have 12/13 signs in the zodiac. So my readings are for tropical and Vedic astrology. So if you're including Ophiuchus, that would be 13. Not per se the 13th zodiac sign, but if we include Ophiuchus, that would be 13. Let's say, for instance, you have a family member that you're close with, and no matter what people say about them, you're there, you got their back, right? So let's say it's you and a cousin. Let's say you're an only child, whether you are or not. Let's just give an example. Let's say it's you and a cousin, and you have their back no matter what, because you love them. That's your love language. You got their back, right? But whenever, and so you just never noticed that. So now it's your time for them to have your back, and they want to bring out a dark side, but they bring out a dark side in court, right? This is public knowledge. This is like this public. This is like documented stuff. You're like, oh wow, they're talking about your high priestess gifts, and they're bringing out the dark side. They want to enlighten people. Remember this right here, some kind of an initiation, right? This right here between two pillars here, right? Remember, you all are a very fair-minded zodiac sign, right? That's the high side of Libra, right? The low side of Libra would be somebody who is very indecisive, right? They call themselves now, because they're getting karma, they call themselves, well, I was undecided. I wasn't really sure what to say, because their karma is coming back around. When they could have been fair, they could have been fair to you and balanced some things out. They see that other people were being unfair to you. This simply means intuition. That's all this means, intuition. Everybody has it. Men and women have intuition. So whoever these family members were, they could have been fair-minded. Somebody saw that people had your back with something. What they do? They decide to deliver that last sword because they knew that people would be paying attention. They knew that people would be paying attention. They would get money. It was purely a transaction for them. They saw an opportunity to get some money. Hey, there it is, money, right? But guess what? Here's the thing. 6 and 2 is 8. 8 is Scorpios. 8 is Scorpios. Scorpio rules the 8th house. A Scorpio told you that they were an opportunist. A Scorpio said, dangle some money. They may not have said it to you directly, right? Scorpio said, give them some money, they'll take it. You didn't hear it. You didn't hear it when Scorpio told you. The Scorpio said, give them some money, they'll take it. But you hear it now. So here we go. The your theme around your reading is I return to peace, I choose alignment, I rise in grace. Okay, I rise in grace. Here we go. So overall energy here. Perfect synchronicity, your own ruling card leads the week. You are regaining balance, clarity, and fairness in your life. Decisions fall into place. Karma restores harmony. Okay, right. Overall energy. Overall energy is a justice card, right? Overall energy is justice card, right? And so what your soul wants, the high priestess, is deep intuitive truth, right? Your inner knowing is louder than external noise. Trust what you feel. So mystical insight is guidance, is guiding your next steps, right? It's guiding your next steps, right? Yep, it's guiding your next steps. So you're paying attention. You're paying attention here. You are paying attention. So hidden influence is the Six of Pentacles here, right? You're paying attention. So support, generosity, energetic exchange. Someone may offer help or balance is restored in a relationship or situation for you, right? Because somebody was paying attention to your work schedule and decided, hey, we're gonna cut their money. We're gonna cut your money, like do something to you to cut your money, to see what you would do, who you would link up with, like who would you align with if we cut your money? What would you do? Because you were blindsided. Somehow your money was cut to see who you would link up with. That number 8, right? 8th house connects with intimacy and shared possessions, right? Who would you link up with if your money was cut, right? Like if money was taken from you, who would you link up with? What would you do for money? Like if we baited you into something, would you fall for the bait, right? Would you do something illegal if it came down to it? Yeah, would you do something illegal if it came down to it, right? Or would you like tighten up and say, okay, I need to be more meticulous about my money, right? What? I need to be more meticulous about my money, right? More detailed when it comes to that, right? So the Two of Swords here is a decision feels blocked or overwhelming. You know, Spirit says, stop seeking external reassurance. Your intuition already knows. Your intuition already knows, right? And so what you're releasing is 5 of Wands, conflict, tension, competing energies. You're done with chaos. Peace is now your priority. And so for sure, it feels like you were baited into something, right? Somebody is now going to be saying they were just joking, they were playing, you know, all of this. Whoever these family members are, they want to, oh, we were just kidding. We wanted to see if you would just do something for money. But something literally could have gotten you jail time. Something could have gotten you some jail time. You would have been blindsided by the police. Something could have gotten you illegal, something illegal. You've been blindsided by the law, right? Something could have tested, a different spirit could have come out of you, because something is 5 generations deep in your family, right? So something is not funny at all. Somebody else was blindsided, right? And so something was testing you and someone else. So no, nothing is funny at all. It's the kiki, ha ha, ha ha, hell. It's not funny. No, something is not funny. No, it's not funny at all. So what you're embracing is the Queen of Cups here, and this is emotional intelligence, softness, vulnerability. You allow yourself to feel deeply without losing your balance, right? So this is where you're really learning how to pour into yourself like never before. This is what I talk about with like the moon sign, like really pouring into yourself, finding out what your moon sign is. And this is why I talk about pulling a birth chart so much on my channel, because if you're not gonna, if nobody else around you is gonna show you some compassion, if you constantly feel like you're being baited into stuff just for other people's humor and pleasure, just so they can sit back and laugh at you while you fall into a pit of flames, right? They think it's funny. Then why do you need those people? Something backfired. Why do you need those people around you? And that's for real. Why do you need people to constantly keep putting you through these tests? Right? Why do you need these people? Do yourself a favor. Release them in love. Just for real. Release them in love. Yep. Here's the Knight of Pentacles. Steady progress, reliability, patience, slow and grounded steps lead to long-term success. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a part of your legacy. I'm looking at the World card here. This is going to be part of your legacy. Yeah, part of your legacy is passing that along and getting real serious about enforcing boundaries. Real serious. If nothing says I hate you, that's what this is. That says I hate you. Those are not the friends you want. Those are not a part of your family. And family is not always blood relative, just so we're crystal clear, right? Because there would be people in your family is like, are they talking? They would spend more time confused, wonder if you're talking about them, thinking you're being shady, but you don't even have time to even focus on that. A hit dog will holler. If they assume that you're talking about them, they need to look at themselves in the mirror. So they don't even have time to even address it. Here we have Spirit's advice is temperance. Blend logic with intuition. So moderation and patience create the perfect outcome. Trust the timing. And saying something from a higher frequency, blessing incoming is the 10 of Cups. Emotional fulfillment, harmony at home, soulmate energy, or joyful breakthrough. A beautiful emotional blessing is on its way. Okay, just so you know, right? And so the outcome is the world for you, right? So completion, success, integration, leveling up. A major cycle ends and you step into a higher timeline with grace. Yeah. So it looks like people want people to have their back, but you got to start with self first. You want people to have your back. You want people to show themselves as friends. But if you're hanging around a circle of people who everybody's stabbing each other in the back, then, whatever. So yeah, somebody was blindsided by something. And family, again, is whatever your definition of family is. It's not always blood relatives, not always friends. Not always, whatever. It could be work, friend, work, family, whatever, blood relative or not, whatever your definition is. But here's some candles. Here's some candle meanings. So I have pink, blue, and white. Pink, blue, and white. So pink candles are for self-love and relationship harmony. Blue candles are for peace, clarity, and communication. And white candles are for purity, balance, and spiritual resetting. Okay? So you can pretty much use white candles for anything. So if you have those, but I do sell those candles. You can reach out to me for those. Or you can just go buy your own, right? If you want to. But herbs to support you this week. Rose petals, right? That's for love, softness, or heart healing. Chamomile is good. Emotional peace, calming energy. So, if you're a person who likes to drink chamomile tea, that would be a good thing, right? So lemongrass for clarity and energetic cleansing. And then lavender, serenity and spiritual protection. So that's also good as well. And so gemstones here. Gemstones, some of you may already have these. So if you already have them, please do not go out and spend any extra money. Don't even, you're not trying to keep up with anybody. So if you already have them, just cleanse them, okay? Whether you are saging them, some of them you can wash with soap and water. Some of them you can just wash with water. Just look it up online, all right? Rose quartz for compassion and heart balance. Opalite is for communication flow. Moonstone, intuition and divine feminine insight, right? So here's some affirmations that I created for you all. First one is I make decisions with clarity and calm. The second one is I welcome peace, balance, and harmony into my life. The third one is I trust my intuition. It always leads me to alignment. The fourth one is I release conflict and choose serenity. And then the last one is everything flows to me in perfect balance. Everything flows to me in perfect balance. Yeah. You started paying attention and started realizing that, certain things for you, you have in common and they flow better for you. Remember, family is not always blood relative. It could be a part of a community that you said, I'm sick and tired of my community being known for their shadiness, for baiting people into stuff. I'm sick of that. I don't want to be a part of that community. Like, let's say, because I'm seeing this rainbow and this music here. Let's say, for instance, people are like, you know what? I was getting ready to make reference to this movie that's currently on Netflix right now, but I'll refrain. The some people feel like because of the way they were brought into a circle was so traumatic, they have to traumatize everybody else. It's like an initiation. They have to initiate people the same way they were brought into a circle, into a family, whatever family means. They gotta traumatize everybody who was brought into a situation that way, instead of saying, you know what, I would never do that to another human being, right? So some people want to be known for, like, okay, they don't want to be known for traumatizing somebody. And so I feel like you want to be on the high frequency side of something. And you're starting to pay attention. You're starting to pay attention to how people nurture, for some people something is just simply transactional, and for some people they actually pay attention. Money is a form of energy, right? Some people actually pay attention to how people initiate people, like initiate, like enlighten people on the dark side versus the light side. It's like you can either you can teach people about what to look for in darkness and avoid it, right? And avoid it, so that they don't find themselves in court somewhere because they're being blindsided by the law. They find themselves working in some industry and they just traumatized. You deserve the best. You deserve the best. And these are the same people that say they wish they can find a partner, they wish they can find a mate, a husband, a wife, or somebody, but stay traumatizing people. And if you were to say something to certain people about it, they, oh yeah, I know, because that's what was done to me. But then stay in a cycle of doing the same stuff to other people. So Source is saying to you, you're learning how to recognize that you deserve the best. And you're not settling for anything less than the best. People who work hard and work smart. So ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. Okay. So travel. Yep. Someone knows how to astral travel. That's one way of traveling. Mercury retrograde is time to really kind of sort of slow down and pay attention. Really, really pay attention. It's time to release negativity. Time to release negativity. Yeah, somebody let somebody know that, what I say earlier, Scorpio. Somebody is doing a serious purging of, within a circle, somebody is doing a serious purging of people who cloak in other people's energies, people, copycat spirits. In other words, people who don't want to put the work in. People who don't want to put the work in. They really just want to cloak and hide under other people's energy. It's like people who just want to come in on the tail end of a project and just take credit. They just want to take credit for something. They want to set somebody up and just snatch something from somebody who's worked really, really hard, who really put the work in to get something done. So Saturn is a Saturn, you know, when people have Saturn returns. Like, in other words, so let me say this in lay terms. It's like a new person coming to a city, state, town, province, or whatever, who puts so much of their hard work into getting places. But a lot of people are relocating, moving, those kind of things, and they saved up their money. They relocated. They got in position to be able to kind of sort of put forth their best, and then getting set up. And then here comes the police, and everything is taken from them. Literally everything is taken from them. So somebody had the forethought to see something from a higher frequency, that somebody really is a hard-working energy. And somebody ended up wanting to end some people who were in Saturn return, and they overstepped the boundary. They overstepped the boundary. So jot a mental love note to your week ahead. So you can take a screenshot of this here. You can take a screenshot of this here. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this is helpful. Yeah, it looks like somebody bullied, directly and indirectly bullied two energies here. Directly bullied this person by catching them off guard, but wanted to indirectly, because money was involved, wanted to directly bully one person, but indirectly bully another person by baiting them into something. Yeah, that would have gotten both of them into legal issues to take their money. That's what this is, into some kind of a sting. Some kind of a scorpion sting that would have ended both of these energies. That would have numbered 10, a flow of things for them. And a whole ring was involved. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful, and I'll see you all in the next video. Again, if you're all interested in personal readings or any of the candles, a lot of the herbs you probably have right in your cabinet. I'm sure a lot of people drink chamomile tea. You heard me, or lemongrass tea, those kind of things. So here we have divine source. Help me know that all of my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and right actions will come. You are my source for all. There we go. So you see something from a higher frequency. Yeah, you see something from a higher frequency. So, and this can happen to anybody. Literally, it can happen to anybody. So anybody who kind of is sort of like, because some energies felt like something was their way or the highway when it came to something, and a religious organization is involved, unfortunately. But what you're dealing with when we talk about Venus, because Libra is ruled by Venus, and so is Taurus, is there were open enemies paired up with secret enemies involved in something. But all of it was showing the other side of Venus, which is vain, vengeful, green with envy, because things were just flowing. Like somebody has, things just flow for two energies. Things have been flowing for two energies since they were kids, seemingly, right? Doesn't mean that, you know, that they are not without, you know, like human, you know, like they're not flawed, but that's what it looks like on the outside for some people. So anyway, that's what I see for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you in the next video.